My DA focus. I'm currently in the process of creating a series of 3 video essays that discuss the short to medium term future of online shopping, paying particular attention to AR and VR technologies being used in the industry, making predictions for the industry's future, taking into account COVID-19's effect on the industry. Methodology. My first video discussed AR technology being used in the industry, looking at IKEA Place and Sephora's virtual artist as examples. My second video was going to discuss VR technology being used in the industry, looking at Amazon and IKEA as examples. My last video is going to look at one last example, ASOS, who began using AR technology to digitally map models for photo shoots in response to COVID-19. I will then go into detail on my predictions for the future of the industry based on my research across the 3 videos. Audience. My intended audience remains the same as I initially pitched, which was industry professionals such as website and app designers for retail companies, as my project will allow for foresight into the near future, which would allow them to potentially take reasonable steps to be prepared now for the future of their industry. Prototype. As I just mentioned, I have already completed my first video essay, which is live now on my YouTube channel. I have also shared it to Twitter and intend to embed it in a blog post when the other 2 videos are completed. Feedback response. I received a ton of feedback on my pitch video offering different articles about AR and VR technology used by companies currently, and I found them to be very helpful in my initial research stages and planning my video's trajectory. 2 comments in particular offered direct suggestions for how to go about my actual project, which were Steph and Amelia's comments. Steph mentioned that I spoke very quickly in my pitch video and suggested I slow the pace right down for my video essays, which I agreed with 100%. So you will notice in my first video essay, I have slowed my pace down quite a bit to respond to this feedback. Steph also asked where I would be posting my video essays to reach my target audience, as I failed to really address this in my pitch. I'll be posting all my videos to YouTube and sharing them on Twitter. I will also, upon completion of my final video essay, embed all 3 in a blog post and share them to my blog, as I receive a lot more traffic there. Amelia also suggested that I could engage in subreddits to reach my audience, but also just for research purposes as well. While I initially thought this was a great idea, I soon realized I wasn't going to be able to find a subreddit that would meet my needs in terms of sharing my videos due to their subreddit guidelines. However, I am going to be able to use these subreddits for research purposes and to get relevant people's opinions on the future of AR and VR technology in online shopping. Changes and iterations. As I just discussed, I have changed how I am going to share my video essays in order to gain more interaction. Currently, my first video only has a handful of views and I need to utilize more platforms and tags to get it out to my target audience. Schedule and schedule update. I've fallen a week or so behind my intended schedule, which I laid out in my pitch video, due to a very busy semester. However, I did leave myself enough room to adjust the schedule to allow for these setbacks. Here is an update of my project schedule. Links to lecture material. As I discussed earlier, my project focuses heavily on trying to achieve foresight, which Sada argues implies action in the present responding to an anticipated future state of affairs. My project could give industry professionals foresight into the near future, which would allow them to potentially take reasonable steps to be prepared now for the future of their industry. My project is also heavily influenced by The 7 Beauties of Science Fiction by Esteban Ciceri-Ronay, whose work focuses on how predictions of the future must be based on the present and the past, explaining the future as a mere continuation of the past. This is how I plan on justifying my own predictions, which I'll be making in the final part of my video essay series, as my 2 previous videos will have discussed the past and the present of what I am making my predictions on.